Hey guys, welcome back to another testing video. Today we got an interesting one sent in by John from North Carolina. This one was sent in. It was originally from the Roulette Masters channel, so I'm giving him credit for that. He's not claiming this is his, but he saw it. He's since used it, made some adjustments to how much he uses for the bet placement. But let's just jump into it, and I will explain as we go. Okay, so let me make sure I'm placing bets correct. I'm gonna follow it just like so. I since watched the video on the Roulette Masters channel, and I'm gonna play it out like he did. So what we're gonna do is for first putting down street bets. This one's called Blackout Roulette. Okay, so we are covering street bets with $5 a piece. We're going for the 13th Street, 22nd Street, 31st Street. Now we're gonna bump it up to $10 each, and we're going the 000 2 split. That's that special. And then next we go this corner. We're doing the 7-11 corner. We're going 17-21 corner, 25-29 corner, and last we are going 32-36 corner. Now we're going to bump it up to $25, and we are going to put one of those chips on the middle column. Okay, so before I start, I'm going to run it like I seen it on Roulette Masters channel. This one caught my interest because there was a big claim, right? So big claims, we got to test these big claims. He was saying that he was making $800 every day when the Roulette Master ran this strategy. There were some swings up and down, but he did hit over $800 a few times. So this might be one to cash out big and then leave when you're up. The adjustment by John. You can see these are all in $5 increments. If you divide those all down, because right now it's a $105 bet. That's a big bet, but you could boil that back. And John says that he uses a dollar unit, and that's only a $21 total bet. I have the option on my online casino to use as low as 50-cent pieces. So that would basically make the streets 50 cents, the corners and that special $1, and then a $2.50 bet on the column. And that would only be a $10.50 bet. Okay, with that being said, spin number one. Let's see how this goes. We are going to track the highs, the lows, and everything in between. This is spin number one. And we start with so that's a partial miss. So the rules on the partial misses is we're going to rebet. All these bets stay the same. The only thing that changes is on a partial loss, we're adding a chip to the center column. Spin number two. Down 45. 25 red comes in, and that's another partial miss. So we're going to simply rebet, add one more chip. If we get a full loss, I'll explain what we do on full losses. I'm just following this strategy. I have some ideas. I think I can make it a little bit better, but I did like the overlap jackpot numbers, partial misses. You're kind of just fishing out for a good hit. All right, so that is a miss. It's a partial miss, but it was on the higher side of the partial miss. So we go ahead and add another chip right here. So now we're at $180 total bet. Haven't been in profit yet. We're minus 180. And 25 comes up again. 25 is a partial miss. One more chip. Now we're at a $205 total bet. He did mention this is a $3,000 bankroll. I think that's a little too high for this. So let's see how it pans out. Minus 270 is a low. And we just hit a good number. Where did that put us? We are $50 in profits. Safe to go back to our base level bet, which is 105. So that jackpot hit did boost us back into profit, made up all our losses. So let's see what happens going forward. Okay, there is a full loss. Full losses, what do? All bets stay the same. Instead of 25, we're going to go 1, 2. So we're actually adding $50 on that center column. All right. Currently down minus 55. And a big hit right there. Where did that put us? New session profits at $105. So we're going to rebet and we're going to back it down to 105. This one, it calls for a reset at session profit, but if the bet gets too high, that's a full loss right there at 16 red. If the bets get too high, I would probably err on the safe side and just reset if you're near session profit. Okay, so full losses, we bump it up another 50 bucks on that center column. This is spin number 10. There is a partial, not very low, but we're still going to add that $25 on that center column. We're at $180 total bet. Currently -5. We did peak out at 105. We got a 9 red. 9 red is a total loss. Total losses, following the rules, we go 1, 2. That's $50 extra on that center column. So you can see where the overlapping numbers are, those jackpot hits. This is basically, you're kind of fishing out for those good numbers to hit. And we got another good number that hit. That's a $310 profit or win. So that did boost us up to 125. So we are a new session profit. Safe thing to do is go back to base and keep it safe. 105. And again, adjusting the unit size to whatever you feel comfortable. Okay, so we did run into quite a bit of losses early on, but we are hitting a couple in a row that put us into a new session profit of $185. Go ahead and keep track of that. We're going to simply hold our bet right here. This is a negative progression. This is a negative progression, so we only increase after losses. Okay, there's another win. We'll take it. That's a good overlapping number. Simply rebet and spin again. We're at 245, so this does increase very quick. But again, there's a trade-off, right? That's a full loss right there. Full losses, we're going to go ahead and add two $25 chips to that center column. Like I always said, scared money don't make money. But also in the same breath, scared money. Oh, look at that. Big hit, 280 bucks. And of course, it landed on my favorite number. We are in a new session profit of 420 bucks. That only happened, what are we at? We're at 16. That happened at spin 16. I would check out at this point, but we are going to continue the test. We're going to back it back to our base level bet, $105. This is spin 17. All right. 5 red. I believe that's a good one. It sure is. $120 coming back to us. We simply rebet spin since we're at our base level bet. $540 in profit. Maybe there's some truth to this, man. This looks it's very interesting. All right, so we got a partial loss right there. Simply rebet, add a chip on that column, and spin again. All right, we're at 495. One red is, ooh, that's a full whack. So full whack. Bump it up two more units, so 50 bucks on that column. This is spin number 20. Really fishing out an overlap jackpot number 29. Is it one of them? It sure is. $210 win right there. Boosted us up just like that. $575 from 540. We're going to rebet. We're going back to our base level bet at 105. Let me make sure I put that back. And let's see what we get here. And we got a 3 red. That's a partial. So we're going to bump it up one more. Spin again. Let's see if we could get to that $800 benchmark. 11 black, and I think that's a good one. 110 coming back to us. Let's check stats. We are a new session profit, 670, guys. Okay, and I understand the bets are high. The bets are high, so we're going to back it up to a 105 bet. And this is fairly stagnant. I think the safety measures are just partial losses. The progressions aren't jumping up super fast, but the overall size of the bet, it's super high. So if I was to use this, I would definitely back that down. New session profits at 700. So we're only $100 away. This is very interesting. I just thought there was a bunch of lucky numbers when I watched the video coming out. So let's see how it endures. Let's see if we could get some back-to-back losses. That's a full loss right there. We're going to simply go up 2 units right there on that column. I'm curious on if it hits like, 2, 3 back-to-back full losses. Can it come back? All right, and then a bunch of partial misses as well. So let's go rebet. We're going to add another $25 chip because that was not a full loss. And then we're down to 530, but we are still up in profit. Again, we were at $700. One is a full bust, or a full loss, sorry. So we are going 1, 2. So we're at a $150 bet on that column alone. That's a $230 bet. All right. We're going to need one of those overlapping jackpot number hits. 4 black. Is that one of them? It's not. That's a partial loss. Rebet. Add 1 unit. $32 red. I think that's a good one. And that's 420. That's serendipitous right there. $420 win. Earlier we hit a $420 profit. We are at 600. Remember, our high was at 700. And you have a couple options right here. You can keep and hold your bet right here, depending on your style of play. Some people just want to win big. They don't go to the casino very often. I could understand that move. Personally, I'm going back to base. You can always build that up. As you can see, we built it up to 700. All right, so back to base to keep it safe. Spin again. So that was just a small setback. Let's see what we get here. 19 red comes up. So you can see that was a smart move. If it hit an overlapping jackpot, you're like, man, I could have kept it there. No, dude, it's better to play smart. Smarter, not harder, unless you're aggressive. Everyone has different play styles. Play as you wish. This is just a template, a demo to show you how it's done. That was a spin 30. This is spin 31, and we got a nice $160 coming back to us. We're at 655. Rebet, and let's go back to our base level bet at 105, and 700 was the high, so we're still chasing that one. That's just a small loss, nothing big, but we're going to go ahead and add a $25 chip to center column, and let's see what we get here. I think that's a good one. 35 black is a good one. That's 110 coming back. New session profit at 750, guys. 750 bucks. We're gonna rebet. We're backing it up to a base level bet, and let's see what we get here. So right now we did start a little rough. The lowest we went was 270. We just hit another high, $60 coming back. We're gonna hold the bet at base level. We're at spin 35, and we are in session profit. We did hit that benchmark. 810 is new session high. Partial loss, so we're going to go ahead and increase by 1 unit on the column. Another favorite number comes up, and that's a $110 win. 905 is new session high. We're going to back that up to 105 base level bet, $21 if you're using dollar units, and $10.50 using 50-cent pieces. Okay, another good number. Okay, this would be the time to check out. $1,025, and this was on spin 33. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, let's finish up the test then. We're holding our base level bet. We're almost at spin 40. We have about 6 more spins to go before we wrap it up. And of course, we got a full loss. Full loss, we know what to do. All bets stay the same. We're just increasing that column. This is spin 40. We got 5 more to go. Maybe this doesn't need any adjustments. It has very good coverage. Assuming why that's why he named it blackout, because you don't have very many full losses. So 31, we're gonna go 31 was a partial, so we're increasing 1 unit. 4 spins to go. We did peak out at over $1,000. Let's see if we could end on a high note. And another full loss. All right, full loss. We know what to do. Up 2 units on the column. It's eating at our profit. Okay, there's a partial loss, so we're going to increase 1 unit. Spin again. We're at 505. 32 red. I believe that's a jackpot number, and it sure is. Hit 100. Look at that. 3 times I seen that number. 420. Maybe that's a sign for me to use this strategy. We're at 925. We're not quite at session profit. Again, the safe play here would go back to a base level. Base level bet 105. All right, this is our last spin. Spin 45. Again, I condensed this down to 45 spins. If it's worthy, you guys like it, I can give it a full run. We ended on a full loss, so we actually ended at $820 in profit. Okay, so reviewing this strategy, let's see the bet placement. Look at those overlaps. So you do got some jackpot numbers. You got that. Obviously, that center column is going to be those jackpot numbers. You are covering the 0, 00. I know many of you guys like to cover those numbers. I really don't care to cover them. I see them as any other 2 numbers. Could just be superstitious. I think they just paint them green to get you irritated when they come up. But the coverage is great. The coverage is great in the sense that you have partial losses, so that kind of slows. Like if you go on a bad losing streak and those numbers are not coming up, it just slows that process, allowing you to be more patient and hit those overlapping jackpot numbers. And you can see when you hit them, it does boost you up in profit. Sometimes when you go on a long loss streak, like we've seen a couple times where we had a couple back-to-back full losses and then a handful of partial losses, so it won't always get you back into full profit. I think the safe play to do is reset back to base, because you could see how quickly you do get back up into profit. So lowest we hit 270, not that bad. We didn't get anywhere near that $3,000 recommended bankroll. I think that's nuts. I think that's a little too high. I feel like if you hit minus 500, minus 600 on this, even using this unit size, because the progression's it's high because the overall bets are high, but it's a slow progression. I think you could probably get away with using a $500 to $600 bankroll. And if you lose that much, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it. Maybe some strategies you do need a longer leash so they could recoup some losses. But I thought this did pan out better than I anticipated. At $1,000, $1,025 was the high. So that's pretty solid numbers. Again, you could adjust the unit size as I would do personally. I like this. I feel like that $420 number came up 3 times. Maybe I should give this a go. Of course, I wouldn't use this high of a bet. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And till next time, guys, be cool, stay cool. Peace.